Stop trying to manifest. Yes, I'm serious. The harder you try, the slower it comes. And if that offends you, good. Because effort is exactly what's blocking you. Most people don't fail at manifestation because they lack belief. They fail because they are trying to force reality instead of allowing it to rearrange. Trying is resistance. Trying means you don't trust what's already in motion. Think about it. You don't try to breathe. You don't try to digest food. You don't try to grow hair. Those systems work because you are not interfering. Manifestation works the same way. But the moment you start obsessing, affirming aggressively, visualizing desperately, checking results constantly, you introduce control, and control is fear pretending to be discipline. Here is the uncomfortable truth: most manifestation techniques are not tools, they are copying mechanism for impatience. People affirm not because it works, but because silence makes them anxious. They visualize not because it aligns them, but because awaiting makes them uncomfortable. So they do something, anything, and they call it spiritual work. But the universe doesn't respond to activity. And let me be very, very clear. Universe is not stupid. Universe is smart enough to know your gimmicks. It responds to state. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are stabilized at. And effort signals instability. When you're trying to manifest money, you're broadcasting that money is missing. When you're trying to manifest love, you're broadcasting that love is absent. Reality doesn't hear your words, it reads your nervous system. That's why people who don't care often get what everyone else is chasing. Not because they are lucky, because they are not gripping. Non-attachment is not spiritual detachment. It's emotionally neutrality. And neutrality is magnetic, my friends. This is why manifestation starts working right after you give up. Not because you stopped wanting, but because you stopped fighting reality. In this context, give up means I'm not saying to give up your efforts. And effort means not that unnecessary efforts which you put with stressfulness. No. Give up means you need to simply trust. Once you have affirmed something, once you have visualized something, you need to give up. And start living like that person who has already visualized that and who is already living that life. Like it is yours. When things are yours, you don't give too much effort. Think about it. Have you ever given too much effort which is already yours? No, you know that it is yours. That's why I'm saying give up. In another sense, in spiritual sense. So many people misunderstand that how can a person say give up? If we give up, then how can we grow faster? How can we grow in life? No. You must work hard. You must do the things which you are doing. You must continue doing. But you should never seek for results. You are the result. You stopped checking. You stopped forcing signs. You stopped asking, is it here yet? And that moment of release is not surrender, it's alignment. Alignment is not intensity, alignment is coherence. Your thoughts, your emotion, your body all saying the same things. I'm okay, even if it's not here yet. That sentence alone manifests faster than 1,000 affirmations because it tells reality. I trust the process. And trust removes resistance. Most people never reach this point. They stay stuck in effort forever. They think if I don't try, nothing will happen. That belief alone keeps them stuck forever, for lifetime. Because manifestation doesn't reward effort, it rewards internal permission. See, it's a game of spiritual. Basically, it's a spiritual game where effort is not needed. But when you are doing things materialistically, you must give your effort, you must give your 100% effort, but not in spiritual realm. Understand, this is so deep. You need to understand this part. When you are manifesting is completely spiritual. It's in a spiritual realm. When you are manifesting, you are entered in a spiritual realm and you are a spiritual being. So in spiritual realm, effort doesn't mean anything. In that spiritual realm, in that spiritual aura, when you are manifesting with your soul, not with your mind, with the help of mind, you are manifesting with your soul. There is a big difference. So many people manifest with their mind. No, you use your mind to manifest, but you will manifest with the help of your soul. Your soul is ultimately manifesting. And when soul is manifesting, there is no need to effort. You need to believe. You need to get aligned. You need to first get relaxed. Then only things will happen. You cannot manifest when you are stressful. You will make it in a negative way. You need to be very positive. And when you are doing things in a materialistic life, like you are working in a job or you are doing the business or whatever you are doing professionally, career-wise, and especially for earning money to make wealth, if you are investing in stock market or mutual funds, if you are investing in different asset class, that is a materialistic thing. That should be very effortful. In that materialistic doings, you must give your 100% effort with no expectations of the results. Then only you can be spiritual at the same time. Once you have entered into this spiritual realm, stop efforting. Stop putting so much effort. It rewards internal permission. The moment you internally allow yourself to be okay without the outcome loses friction. That's the paradox. Trying is saying, I need this to be okay. Alignment is saying, I am okay, therefore this can become. That shift is subtle, but it changes everything. And tonight, if you feel exhausted from manifesting, that's not failure, that's feedback. It's telling you to stop pushing and start stabilizing. You don't manifest by effort, you manifest by alignment. If you listen closely, you will notice something strange. The moment you stop trying to manifest, your body relaxes, your breathing slows, your thoughts soften, your urgency dissolves. And that shift is not psychological, it's energetic. But because manifestation doesn't begin in the mind, it begins in the nervous system. A regulated nervous system is a signal of safety, and safety is the condition reality responds to fastest. The most people live in a constant state of internal threat, not physical threat, existential threat. What if it doesn't happen? What if I am wasting time? What if I fall behind? Those questions don't motivate manifestation. They simply block it because they train the body to expect lack. You cannot receive while bracing. You cannot attract while preparing for loss. That's why effort-based manifestation fails. Effort means you're bracing. You are tightening around the outcome. You are holding your breath emotionally. And the universe mirrors that tension back to you as delay. Delay is not punishment. Delay is reflection. Reality always says yes like that. If you're anxious, it gives you more waiting. If you're relaxed, it gives you movement. This is why giving up works. Not because you stopped carrying, but because you stopped gripping. There is a difference. Giving up on effort is not giving up on desires. It's giving up on control, and control is the opposite of trust. People think manifestation requires belief. It doesn't. It requires permission. Permission to receive without proving. Permission to have without justifying. Permission to stop rehearsing disappointments. This is why people manifest right after heartbreak, right after burnout, right after exhaustion. Because they finally stopped interfering. They say, I can't do this anymore. And the universe says, good, now move. You were never meant to manage the how. You were never meant to manage the how. Your job was to stabilize the who. Who you are when nothing is happening. Who you are when there is no sign. Who you are when results lag behind before effort. The version of you is the attractor, not the affirmation, not the vision boards, not the scripting. Those are tools. That's it. Those are tools, but tools don't work in shaky hands. Stability is the multiplier. And stability comes from letting go of the need to force. This is why manifestation becomes easier with maturity. Older souls manifest faster not because they are wiser, but because they don't panic as easily. They have lost enough. They have survived enough. They don't clinch. And non-clinging is power. When you stop trying to manifest, you stop measuring time. When you stop measuring time, you stop resisting the present. When you stop resisting the present rearranges itself. That's the mechanism. Manifestation is not a chase. It's a release. It's saying, I am done micromanaging reality. And that statement alone restores flow. If nothing has moved in your life lately, it doesn't mean you're blocked. It simply means you're forcing. And forcing always slows things down. Tonight is not about doing more. It's about loosening. Loosening your grip, loosening your timeline, loosening your identity around lack. You don't need to try harder, you need to settle deeper. Because the moment you are internally okay without the outcome no longer has resistance. And that's when things more quickly move quietly, unexpectedly. Not because you chase them, but because you finally stopped standing in the way. Manifestation begins when efforts ends. If you understand this video completely till the end, and if you are still staying in this video right now, I want you to comment down anything, not for the YouTube algorithm, just for the alignment of your own. And like, share, and subscribe so that you cannot never ever miss any manifestation or spiritual awakening video. I'll see you in my next video.